Hello everyone! Even if you have 25 vision today, we do not advise you to trust it too much because it will surely deceive you more than once. For example, do you have any idea what this huge snake will turn out to be? Watch the video to the end and you will definitely find out. Let's go! You should admit, it would be creepy to find such footprints on the stairs, and it's even creepier to see that they're leading to your dog. Poor dog. Yep. Who would've? Fine, don't panic. The pet just decided to play with pitahaya, got tired, and laid down to have some rest. How could he know it would appear to onlookers? But now we know that dragon fruit is to be kept away from animals. Mayhaps someone is using that photo as proof of the existence of unicorns or forest monsters? But we regret to tell the truth, it's just a snag covered with grass. A creepy one, though. Do you see a group of birds who decided to warm up next to a fire and, got too close? In fact, it's like coal from a burned pallet, but who knows? Maybe these are the very same phoenixes
with the claw!
rising from the ashes? Have you ever seen anyone selling first-class pastries from the back of a pickup truck? Actually, it's not what you are seeing now either. That's just a pastry stall reflection successfully caught on camera. But the business idea isn't that bad. And now we address to all the girls. What kind of shampoo should you use to have such a thick ponytail? Okay, that was a trick question. Although there is a shampoo called Horse Force, maybe it gives such a result. We've already puzzled over this photo, and now it's your turn. Is it a picturesque painting, an Ultra HD TV, or just an empty window in a barn? The author insists on the latter option, but if you do not agree, leave us a comment below. Electronic Arts have released a new version of SimCity. As you can see, the graphics are simply beyond the limit. Bought it?
Ooh.
In fact, this is a real residential complex in Mexico, shot from a helicopter. The angle and lighting create such a toy look. Nature often creates illusions that can easily be confusing as well. Imagine that you saw such a picture through the window, rushed to call the fire department, and only then realized that it was just the sun illuminating the smoke from the chimneys. How would you explain yourself to the rescuers later? So far, it looks like a typical mosaic of some bathroom's wall. And now, still look like a pile of glass? Well, how about that? We think you figured it out now. These are pictures of water-filled rice fields taken from a great height. After all, it is not for no reason that some of these terraces are included in the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Do you recognize that man in the background? That's him, just without the costume. For those who don't believe in superheroes, let it be just a good shot. When people say, "My pet and I are inseparable," perhaps they mean something like this. Or are there really cats with transparent ears? Who knows, who knows? You have a couple of seconds to guess what kind of animal it is just by its nose tip. A baby moose? A bear cub? A dog? Well, we've outplayed you again.
What a twist!
We would like to believe that that's a shot from some brand new roller coaster testing. Imagine, you accelerate a couple of times faster than the speed of sound and fly somewhere over the ocean. In the meantime, that's just a trace of the plane taken from a good angle, but we can't be sure. Okay, well, what's the tricky part here? The girl decided that it was time for her to freshen up. It just so happens that there's a deodorant on the shelf. Okay, here's the thing. Those bloggers have tricked us again. By the way, can anyone tell us what that thing really is? Do you think the baddest possible alien attack looks something like that? Well, we've got some secret images from Hubble. What do you think of a giant space lobster taking over the planet? Well, admit it. For a second it was a little disturbing. Even though that's an ordinary lobster sitting at the bottom of a bucket, the photo's still gorgeous though. We almost made a false call to the fire department today, but this time, everything is clearly serious. There on that balcony, either a gas canister broke out or a portal to the underworld opened. At least, that's what all users thought, until the author said that there was another deceptive reflection of the sunset. Seems like the sun cannot be trusted at all. Have you ever thought that we live in virtual reality? Such photos only support the idea. Yes, there is a logical explanation. The sun is at its zenith, so there is no shadow, but somehow it looks too much like a poor quality render. Wake up, Neo! Do you expect any comments from us? It's just someone's foot over the tub, and everything else is just the shadows, angles, and your imagination playing tricks. Be honest, if we said it's a design project of a public library in Singapore, would you believe it? It sounds convincing, but in fact, such apartments are located inside an ordinary guitar. You can try to make a similar photo, if you guess how. Do you remember how a couple of years ago a small group of enthusiasts planned to storm Area 51? The capture of the base didn't happen, but one darer still managed to get a photo that proves the existence of aliens. Here it is. Okay, you can't be fooled, it's just a dirty car. But we wouldn't be surprised if some conspiracy theorists would find that photo interesting. We don't want you to worry, so it's better to reveal the secret immediately. No one performed some terrible experiments and an anteater's leg wasn't replaced with a panda's head. Nature has rewarded that fella with funny colored paws that are to be avoided, by the way. At one blow, a giant anteater can kill a jaguar and even a person. Worse than seeing 12 noon on the alarm clock instead of 6:30 a.m. can only be that picture. The mysterious lady on your blinds not only looks into the room, but also winks. And after all that, how can you not believe in ghosts, sleep peacefully at night, and convince yourself that it's just a shadow from the trees? Have you ever been to New York? Look how beautiful Manhattan is from a bird's eye view. Symmetrical skyscraper rows and giant trees the size of the buildings. Apparently, we'll have to solve the mystery. That's how one of Tokyo's cemeteries looks like from a nearby hotel's window. It's alright, as you were, the Vice Police are in place and ready to give an explanation. Although probably you've already understood everything yourself. That's a hot twerk, just performed by Doe. Excellent performance, by the way. It's a pity you can't learn such an ideal technique from the future bred. We were skeptical about the pictures of the future that were shown in films like Blade Runner, and for good reason. That's how, for example, one of the districts of Tokyo looks from the air. What are you telling us? That it's just a motherboard? Okay, you are a tech savvy, but did you have to break the illusion? You can now see a 99 level of trick. In order not to pay for parking, the owner of that car just made it float in the air. Frankly speaking, here we have the shadows and light playing tricks. A couple of streetlights are arranged in a way that a faint shadow is formed around the car, and at the point where the light does not reach, there's a darker shadow, and together they create such a levitation effect. There's nothing unusual here at all, just a pair of giant pigeons, one of which is preparing to peck the car. We've known for a long time that something is wrong with these birds. Don't even try to convince us that it's a distortion of perspective. Don't you think it would be better for us to run away like that girl? We can hardly expect anything good from a giant cobra, but in fact, that's a great example of how imagination works. They only just wrapped protective film around the blade of a wind generator, and we're already trembling with fear. Imagine you are driving along the highway. You look at a lonely little house, and it does the same in response. You'll probably want to stop and check whether you're feeling healthy or not. Unless, of course, you know the answer, that this is a smart 3D illusion set for entertainment in Washington. With such a waist, you can hardly survive, so here you are looking for a trick right away. It's all about the pattern of the suit. A great solution for those who want to appear slimmer. However, you will have to look for a suitable background everywhere. Remember that, fella? Today, David Blaine doesn't often delight the public with magic tricks, but it seems that he has a worthy successor. Now there'll be a trick worthy of the great street musician. Boom! And it turns out that there was no lipstick. Don't tell us you got it right away. We have a feeling that this handstand looks somehow unnatural, don't you think? So it is. Someone puzzled and swapped clothes for the sake of a ridiculous screamer. But it's funny, isn't it? While you were running to your kitchen to grab some tea, we had time to visit the ISS and take these gorgeous shots for you. How beautiful the Earth is from space. And the reflection of the clouds in the water is every bit as good, isn't it? Of all the visual deceptions we've seen today, this one is the most mysterious. What force caused this branch to hover in the air? Developers skive off their work again, and the textures of our world haven't loaded? By the way, take a closer look. See, there's something else next to the branch? The subscribe button. Quickly, press the button to fix all the bugs in the world and get tons of cool videos.